trip of the trailer. We've got a few of these, they call them panels. They just slide up in there, slide up in the trailer. It just kind of slows down the wind flow through the holes for the hogs to stay a little bit warmer. Today we're going out to Des Moines, so it's going to be somewhere in the 30s when we get out there. So you just want to make sure that we got enough panels in for the temperature that it's going to be, and that the pigs are going to stay warm on the way out. See how this trip goes. Have to stop and back up part way around the corner and then go through it and kind of show you what it looks like. Don't have any other cameras to show you what the trailer's doing, but like that corner, when I turn the corner, the trailer just barely stays out of the ditch. The next corner will be a lot tighter. Like I said, I got to drive past the corner and then back into the intersection to get a sharp enough turn to go down the road. It's pretty interesting, but I can see way off in the distance there's a car coming, so I'm gonna slow down here and wait for that car to come over the hill, come past the intersection. Then I can get way over in that left lane and get the trailer way over that shoulder, that side of the road, and then I can swing into the corner there. So we'll show you here. There's nobody behind me, nobody in front of me now, so you're gonna come up the intersection. Right here's the intersection past this house. We're gonna go past the intersection a little bit, get my drive tires past the intersection, then back up into the intersection the other direction of where we're going, more or less jackknifing the trailer. And after we got the trailer jackknifed through the intersection there, we can turn in and make the corner that way. Otherwise the trailer ends up in the ditch and we get stuck. Kind of a different way of driving, but you gotta do it on these back roads, especially with this long semi that I've got. 53-foot trailer, 275-inch wheelbase truck, so the trailer pivots on the rear because it's a spread axle, so it takes a lot to get around some corners sometimes. We're gonna load pigs at the farm right down the road here, and then after we get loaded, I'll get back with you. We're gonna do the same thing going out. We got a car coming to the right here, so we'll wait on that car, and then, or that truck I guess it is. and then yeah, we'll pull up through the intersection, and then we'll have to back up, and I'll grab you guys off the mount there and show you what I'm talking about in the mirror here. Up here. That's the intersection. You go back around the corner a little bit. Here. Get you off the dash there. Okay, there goes. You look, see the mirror. Just barely make it around the corner there. So that's the kind of stuff we gotta deal with in Illinois. Alright, we're gonna set the cruise at 70 and enjoy the ride. Talk to you later. Alright, we're gonna get off here at the 82, top off fuel tanks with Illinois fuel, because they got a higher fuel tax than Iowa does. We'll top the tanks off, and that'll give us enough to get out to Des Moines, and then come back and probably run part of the day tomorrow too. So, just see how it goes. While we're here, we'll check on the pigs again, make sure that they're warm in the trailer. That's what the panels are for on the outside. This trailer's got a white panel kit. So we can add more panels if they're a little cold in there, warm them up, and take some panels out if they're too warm. So you can kind of just know by sticking your hand in the trailer on how warm it is in there, on what you need to do. I like to stop at all these small truck stops, because you can go to the big major truck stops like say Love's or TA. The diesel fuel is almost 30 to 40 cents more than what it is here. So I always stop at the little ones, little mom and pop truck stops. Go ahead and start fueling and come back to you in a bit. This is a 25-mile-an-hour ramp. With these livestock trailers, you got to be extra careful going around the corners because they're really top heavy. Not quite so much with hogs as it is cattle. Cattle get to swaying and moving a lot, and they'll flip a truck pretty easy. So speed limit, or requested speed is 25. We're gonna do 25 or less, depending on the day. Makes everybody behind you upset, but hey, I don't care when it's my truck and different guy's trailer. We just gotta do what we're supposed to do. Got off at 74. We're gonna get on 280 here, and so here's one of the people that's real mad at me 180 and head west, and then on out to Des Moines. I could keep pushing hard on the gas and get going, but I'm going to stay out of the gas. I'm going to let this guy pass me. Just respect for the guy who's hauling that stuff. Flash my lights, let him tell me to come over now. And then after he gets a little ways away, I'll find the speed I want to run, and if he's running slower than I am, I will pass him then, and if not, he just sits in front of me. Down the road, so that's about how fast I want to run, and it seems to be about how fast he's going. So I may, I don't know what happens here. I may just get off the gas a little more and get a little more space between us. So, but I mean, if I would have come off that ramp, got on the gas, and kept going, he would have been sitting right next to me, and we've been playing back and forth, trying to match each other's speed, or would be matching each other's speed all the time, and it just upsets everybody out here on the road. So just get off the gas. It takes, you know, 30 seconds at most, and let the guy go around you, and then you can find your groove and get in it and go, and it makes everybody's day so much better. I've got more power than he does, obviously, so I can kind of excel up. We got a stable trouble on the shoulder up here, so get on the brakes here. Move over. Looks like we got a big wreck here. Something happened. Oh yeah, car's down in the ditch over there. Oh man. Heck of a wreck. So it's good, like I said, it's good to look ahead, see what's going on, make sure you're not going to run into somebody or run over somebody. Not something you want to see out here. Hate seeing wrecks. cross state lines, you got to write down your miles for IFTA. There's some guys that just know you got to know the miles you run in each state. They don't know what it's for. It's for the fuel tax. Illinois has a fuel tax of, I do believe it is 8 cents a gallon that you buy. They tax you, and then Iowa is like 6 3/4 or something. 6 cents, 6 3/4 cents or something. So it, you got to make sure you know your miles. Now you just go to the middle of the bridge and then mark it down. This gives you an idea or an exact number of what miles you drove in each state. So all for IFTA, fuel tax records. That was the Mississippi River. So now we're in Iowa, state where I grew up. Unloaded and head back, and I'll end up running down, I don't know, I think it's Highway 63 or Interstate 63, down to Des Moines over to Mount Pleasant, and then take 34 from Mount Pleasant over to Monmouth, Illinois. And at Monmouth, there's a truck wash, or trailer washout, I guess you could say, trailer washout there. So I will get the trailer washed out there in the morning. I think they're open until like 7 or 8 o'clock tonight there, but then they close until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we'll get washed out in the morning, then we'll finish the trip going home tomorrow. think you guys can see that. We're waiting here in line. Takes about, I don't know, half hour to 40 minutes to unload a truck. We got 2 trucks in the docks there, and got 1 truck sitting there and 1 truck behind these reefer trailers over here. There's some reefer trailers right there. Got 1 truck sitting there, so we got 4 trucks in front of us. We'll wait our turn, and they get unloaded, and we'll get unloaded. Might be a little while. Well, it's 9:23 right now, so that was an hour and a half after our dock time we were supposed to have. We got here at 7:45-ish, and we had a big long line of people waiting to get unloaded, so they must have had issues today in the plant. So we ended up waiting for quite a long time, almost an hour to get unloaded, and then it took about 35 to 40 minutes to get unloaded there. So it was not the best deal in the world. Normally don't have problems like that when I come over here. It's normally pretty straightforward. So not a good day to unload pigs, I guess. So we're gonna turn and burn back to the house. Well, actually back to Monmouth, Illinois. Then we get to wash out in the morning. So we're gonna go as far as we can tonight on the logbook and what it'll let us do, and we'll see you guys in the morning most likely. So.